on my phone here. It's November 20th. I thought I'd show you something. Remember this yard? Right? Look how fast things change. Look how jacked up this is. They had their water line bust, I guess, and they had to dig it all up. Dang. She told me to swing by and see what was going on, what I thought. Look, I just brought the regular old mower, blower, and a trimmer. Thought I could help her out. I'm not so sure I can help her out. I don't know. Just a quick little video for you. Here's your little update. I don't even know how to film on my phone. What am I looking at? I think that's what I'm supposed to be looking at. Well, I guess I'm going to do this one. I'm just out and about taking care of small little yards. I didn't have to hook up the trailer or take anything big with me. And let's get a few of these out of the way, and if it stays close to 40 degrees, like 37, believe it or not, feels warm right now, so I'm going to do what I can. And if it stays like this or better tomorrow, I'll hook up and take care of a few lawns. Some freaks yelling at me. Let's see what they look like. There you go, your basic bare bones setup. Came out the day after the snow melted. Well, it's not all melted. As you can see, I just went over. There's ice chunks, right? There. Grass in it. Doesn't hurt a thing. You still get the yard ready. I trimmed right along the ice, snow. Nothing wrong with it. Just do your thing, freaks. It's not that bad. Ah, the sun. I was just basking in the sun. Something blew my groove. I think they did that on purpose. They might have been watching me. What did you do on Black Friday? Well, I loaded up a mower, trimmer, and a blower, a few trash cans, and I'm going to clean up this yard for them. Yep, I can do it. I'm not scared. Now, see the snow over here? The backyards on that side of the street have the snow, and this side of the street, front yards do. So, I can do this one. They actually said they wanted me to do it this week, but we got the snow. They wanted to put their Christmas decorations up. So I told them I'd come by as soon as I can and get the front yard done for them, so that they could have the weekend to get them done or whatever. Because it's actually going to be a little bit nicer for a couple of days, and I'm not going to be getting paid a whole lot here. And to be honest, it's really not worth my time and effort to come over here. I'm going to get a little something for doing this. But if I'm going to try and charge them for what my time is really worth right now, it might upset them. And that's not really cool to do that to your best customers. And I do consider them one of my best customers. Like, okay, as you start getting clients that want you there every week and they pay you fairly, like some people are going to pay you less. You still make money, but they're not as good as the others, So like this yard, say I'm going to make $1,000 at least throughout the season, because they want me there every week and they pay me decent. And why nickel and dime them? Why charge them $5 more for this, or an extra 10 or 20 to do that, when you can just knock it out and keep them happy, and you always have that $1,000 yard, and then over time you're building them up, and you got 25, 30 of those every season, right? Those are the people that you do the extras for. They want to get their Christmas lights up now, and so they you swing by the day after Thanksgiving and clean up their front for them real quick, right? Just get a little bit of something from them. They'll pay me fairly. I'm not even asking what they might give me what I would get for a normal cut, they'll say, how much do you want? And I'll say, whatever, you know, I just wanted to help you out. Don't worry about making that much money every time, because I mean, you want to keep your best people happy. The people you want to charge extra to would be your every other week people that you barely make money off of anyway. All right. Don't be afraid to charge them extra so that they quit asking for extras, and so that they get used to, you know, paying you what you're worth. Because I'm sorry, but some of these every other week yards, you know, I can take them or leave them. You know, they're not your best clients, and you're going to be there half as much time as you're going to be at one of these. So you're not going to make near the same amount of money throughout the whole season. So you could lose one of those yards. It's not that big a deal. You want to collect these, start building them up. Like I said, 25, 30 of these, that's, you got $30,000 guaranteed every year with work for cool people. Keep them happy, do what you got to do. You're still going to make some money, you know. It's just something to think about. It is kind of freaky getting out here in the snow, taking care of a yard. I'll do some before and after pictures. I'm going to bundle up because it is cold. And then I'll bet I cut some more. Yeah, I bet I cut some more next week. They say there's no snow, but I don't know. I mean, I'm actually going to cut more grass. Yeah, look at this yard right here. It could use a cut. Let me zoom up on that. That would look so much better. So much better. So here you go. That can was just from all the stuff underneath those bushes right there. I just kind of blew it all out, mulched it till it got real thick, and then I scooped up a can, and I mulched and then blew it all out here. And the puddle is wet. I mean, of course the puddle is going to be wet, right? So the leaves were wet, and my cans are full. The dump is closed for the holiday weekend. So 4 cans is what you get. I'm going to blow this little area off a little bit, and it's done. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I actually went down both sides of the house too. It's 3:49, so, you know, a few minutes talking and crap. It's cool. It's all over with. Pretty short video, I know, but hey, it's the end of the season, it's cold outside, I'm doing lawn care, and it's kind of hit and miss, and I don't always take the camera because who wants to film in the cold doing lawn care? And it's just kind of, it is what it is right now. But I will be going out and you know, doing some more yards here and there, and I'll try and get some more footage for you, kind of like what I did here, maybe a little bit better quality, all right? Maybe a little bit better. I mean, tomorrow's December 1st, and I do have some yards to do, so we'll see how it goes. It could snow tonight, you never know. Strange things are happening. But other than that, I am going to start answering a few questions for you here and there at the end of these next few videos I make. So go ahead and leave some down below, but don't make it some epic thing. And when you email me at geek2freakfitness@gmail.com, which is the best way to get a hold of me, please don't make like a 20 questions type of thing. I can't answer those because I do get a lot of messages. I'm sorry guys, I can't keep up with all the comments on YouTube throughout all the old videos and the new videos. I used to be able to comment to everybody, but once it hit over 100, it kind of cut back. 200 comments, I cut back even more. I can't keep up. Replying to 50 people on a video that has 400 comments looks like I don't even reply to people very often. But 50 people, it takes a while to do. Unless you're going to be super short with people, you can only reply to a couple per minute, you know. So you reply to 400 comments, and then your whole back catalog getting comments. Kind of hard. At the same time, I only created a Facebook page under Greg Chism because they make you create that in order to create the likes page for this channel, which I do actually put content on. So my regular page, you guys are messaging me on there, and it's I'm never on there, and it's filled, and I can't reply to that, or all the comments, or all the messages on my likes page even. and the emails. So I stick to the emails. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I mean, it's not like I'm trying to avoid you guys, all right? I actually try to do that. I think I might have lost my train of thought here talking. There's so much to talk about here, okay? So let's just talk. Leave your comments, and I will try and do them at the end of the next video. But yeah, keep them short and sweet, and my answer is going to be kind of short and sweet so I can do a rapid fire sort of response. If it's something in depth, then that would have to be its own separate video. But I'll try and bang them out. Like, you know, a lot of people are new to this channel. They haven't went through the whole 100 old videos on lawn care, which they should, because it would answer a lot of, you know, questions on how I do things. And maybe you can pick up some tips. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. But the most common questions are, what kind of equipment is that? What kind of blower? What kind of that? 99% of the people know it, but I'll say it again. My blower is a handheld blower, BG55 by Steel. My trimmer is a Steel FS70. My 21-inch mower is a front-wheel drive, self-propelled, Troy-built from Lowe's, $299. It's got the big wheels in the back. They call it a 3-in-1 mower. And so that's that. My walk-behind is a 36-inch Snapper Pro. It's the Hydro, and the model number is a SW20, but they will not be called a SW20 for the whole next year. Matter of fact, all the Snappers and all the Ferris will be exactly the same, identical for their walk-behinds. All you're buying is a different shade of paint. So you either want, if you want dark red, you're going to buy a Ferris. If you want light red, you're buying a Snapper Pro. They're the exact same thing. And I will be buying another mower for next season. It will be a 48-inch walk-behind, and it's going to be either a Ferris or Snapper Pro. All right, so I will take you along for that too. What else? Oh, what kind of shoot blocker? What's the brand shoot blocker you have? Shoot blocker brand. And I ordered it in to my dealer, and that's how I got it. And you want to do it for mulching up leaves. You want that for that. I have it not for mulching up leaves, to keep to be like a adjustable deflector, so I don't have to worry about something hitting a car or a house or a window, right? I keep it angled down a little bit, and also I can keep it from just spraying a car or a siding of a house or a fence, and that's why I got it. Mulching leaves, it's on there, so I use it. Oh, another thing, if you have one on, you probably 99% of the time you won't be able to fit a bag on that mower. So your bagging system will no longer work on that mower with that shoot blocker most of the time. With a shoot blocker brand like a mine, it won't. So keep that in mind. You might want to keep it on its own mower, have one that's used for the bag. So as far as mulching with it goes, it's not a true mulch kit, so it will act different. Like I said, it's just to kind of control and deflect and keep things in the area that you want them to stay in. So you'll notice, and I've noticed, if I have it all the way closed, all right, it's closed, and I'm going up towards some leaves, pile of leaves, there's what you call blowout, and the leaves will start blowing away before your mower gets to them to chop them up. They're blowing away because the air is coming out from underneath the deck. Now, if you have the mulch, if you have the shoot blocker closed all the way, that'll happen even more. But if you open it, like say, like that, it's like, you know, a few inches, that's alleviating it, letting some of that air come out there, and it's not shooting out from underneath the deck. So you're going to chop up a lot more. But you know, it's not a true mulch kit. What brand standing platform do you have behind your walk-behind mower? Well, that is a Velke made by Wright Manufacturing. That's the brand to have, and I believe they own the patent on it. So that's the two-wheel version. Now there's another thing, you'll hear people say sulky, and that I think that might be owned by Wright Manufacturing also, but it's one wheel. So it's one wheel and your feet are standing on each side of it. Your feet are a little bit closer together. It doesn't really wobble like you think it would be like that, but you have a little bit of side to side, and they're harder to back up. And on those, your weight is all on one wheel. So a 200-pound guy on some soft ground, on that one tire, which isn't that wide, will be leaving an easier rut, leave like a indentation. So the platform spreads you out. You can put your feet out wider, and it has two wheels. It distributes the weight out. It can hold a little bit heavier weight, and it's actually easier to back up too. It doesn't jackknife like it as quick. Although I can back up a sulky just fine because I've had those in the past. But mine's a Wright Manufacturing Velke, and that's what I go with. How big is my trailer? It is 6.8, so 6 feet 8 inches wide, 12 feet long. The basket came with it, and the trimmer racks came with it, which are a joke. I'll talk about that some other time. But the my old trailer, I had a basket added to it, and you can find, if you can't find like a trailer manufacturer in your area that will actually put a basket on or has them, then you can go to even like a backyard welder. So the guy that built mine in his freaking backyard in his spare time, my old basket, and put it on there, and it was $300, and it was better than the quality that I have on this one because he used square tubing to have it stand up. And this is like angle iron. The angle iron on this trailer is not that great. It's not that thick, that heavy gauge that I'd like, especially on the basket. So you can find someone to build it. You show them what you want, and just make sure that it's up high enough. Somebody's racing. So make sure it stands up high enough that when you pull your mowers up, you're not going to be hitting your engine or anything. So you got your clearance issues. So maybe I should measure that for you in a video. Hit me with some more questions. Oh, taxes. You guys want a tax video? Look, that's kind of illegal. I'm not a licensed tax advisor, so I can't give you tax advice other than just general statements. But I do want to ease your concern here, because a lot of you are new and you're just trying to figure this out and you're worried about these things. Don't freak out. Don't freak out on the taxes. It's not that big a deal. Now, some of you guys are like, what's he saying? Oh my God. Look, the people that pay a lot of taxes are the people that made a lot of money. All right. So if you, these are the little facts I believe I'm sort of correct. Like from $0, anything over $0 to $9,000, you're going to be in the 10% tax bracket. So you would owe 10% taxes. So $9,000, 10% would be $900. That's if that's what you didn't pay anything in, even from another job, right? That's like a credit, okay? So then, what about the next bracket is anything over like 9,000 something to 36,000, and that's 15% tax bracket. So that's a big playroom. Now, I'm in the real world. I know how hard it is to make $30,000 cutting grass in a season, by yourself. So you new guys, your tax rate is probably going to be 15% until you get past like $36,000. Then it's going to go up to the next bracket. And okay, so say you made $20,000 cutting grass. No, that's the 15% tax bracket. That's with no deductions. Everybody has a standard deduction. You out there as just a single individual, it's like $6,000 you get to automatically knock off. So your $20,000 is only $14,000 now. But then you're going to deduct all your other stuff, right? Your trimmer strings, right? You bought a blower, trimmer, mower, whatever, right? You get all this stuff. Expenses. And then you get other deductions. I was almost ready to jump topic, but I didn't. So there you go. There's that. If you are like a head of household, I'm a head of household, right? I got kids too. So my deduction is even more. It's like $9,000 standard deduction. So I got to take $9,000 off of my total, and then all my deductions. And then I have kids too. Okay, those are tax credits, right? And there's a big difference between a deduction and a tax credit. A deduction would be you have $10,000, you get to deduct it, so now you only pay taxes on $9,000. And then a credit is like you're getting that back. Here's $2,000, $2,000 credit. I've had schooling credit, stuff like that, right? Educational. So don't freak out. And then also the tax season was April 15th is when you have to have it filed by. Guess what? Spring has sprung. It's coming in. All right, you're right there at that point, so you can kind of don't freak out. Right? You might be broke for a little while, or not even broke, and the season has started. So it actually kind of works out good for people in the lawn care landscape industry. Oh, let's see. I was going to jump topic. What was I going to jump to? Oh yeah, I don't recommend. You can do your own taxes if you don't have a whole lot of earnings, say, But when you get towards a little bit more complicated and stuff, I do not recommend H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, all these big companies, okay? They're people, first of all, they're super expensive. People pay $200-$300 to have their taxes done. That's freaking insane. And those people in there, I could go work for one. That could be my seasonal job. There's a seasonal job for you right there. I could go in, they put me through a few weeks course in some place. I'm just answering questions, yes or no, true or false, true or false, true. And then they have a computer program that it's set up for them. And they just type in numbers. Anybody can do it. You're not getting that one-on-one service, dude. What you want is a tax guy, and they're not that expensive. For $100, somebody can do your taxes that's been doing taxes for decades, okay? And they know all the little deductions that you might not know. They overlook. They're going to ask you questions that these people won't ask you. They're only going to ask you what is in their computer. And these other people are like, well, did you have windows put in your house? Did you do this? Did you that? This, that? All these things can be as a tax credit or whatever. Those are the people to go to, a tax guy. And you're not going to find them at the big box store type place. You're not going to get your taxes done at Walmart. Okay? You can get them done at Walmart. You're not going to get them done as personal and I believe as cheap and more effective as with a regular guy. Go up and down the side streets, back roads. Somebody might even have a sign in their front yard that says Geek to Freaks Tax Service, right? Go in there and talk to that guy. That dude's probably been doing it for 30 years out of his house. His whole house is a deduction, right? He's the guy you want to do. He's going to sign off on it. He can still get you your rapid refunds and all that crap right at their house. $150 max. And it won't overlook anything. It's personalized for you. That's the way to go with taxes. Don't freak out. You're not going to owe $5,000 unless you made a lot of money. Did you make $40,000, $50,000? Didn't have a single deduction? Okay. Don't freak out. It's going to be okay. It really will. The taxes, it's like a big worry, but well, I guess I say that because I've never really gotten totally reamed. It's been natural. Whatever it says it is, you know. But it's not like a super huge chunk. 10% tax bracket, 15% tax bracket. New guys starting out, you're the ones asking the tax questions because you haven't done it yet, and that's where you're going to fall into. All right. I'll be back with more freaky videos in the future. Ask the questions, keep them kind of short, compact, so I can bang them out for you.